Hello gorgeous people, welcome to my channel. Today I feel like I'm doing something that's a bit redundant. I am going to put my Project Pan makeup on my face, which I have been doing this year after every quarterly refresh, and letting you guys know how I'm going with like the makeup aspect of my Project Pan and how I'm sort of pulling together a full face. Now the reason why it feels a little bit redundant is because I've also been doing just doing my makeup video where I pull out a bunch of things that I think I might want to pan for the upcoming quarter, and I put them on my face, and then it helps me to choose products. Now, when I filmed that last video, everything just worked. I was so happy with how the makeup came out. So it seems a bit silly to even be doing this, but I'm gonna do it anyway because I feel like it's helping to keep me sort of accountable for like using the makeup and being mindful about what I am panning. This piece of hair, please go back there, you're annoying me. So I'm just gonna do it. If you did watch my Project Pan prep that I put up, oh gosh, I don't even know when it was, a little while ago, I think it was sometime in June, you may find this a little bit boring, but hey, we're gonna do it. I am starting with the, I can't pick it up, so I can't look at the name. I think it's the L'Oreal Lumi Glotion. Is that right? Okay, yeah, look at me remembering stuff. So I've been using this as a primer. Look, once I have my base on, like my foundation, I feel like you can't even see this. So it feels like a pointless step. I do want to try mixing it in with my foundation, but the recent times that I've put makeup on my face, I've had to go out into the real world and I've just not really been willing to risk it. And I would risk it today with you guys, but again, I have things to do. I need to go out into the real world today. I need to have face-to-face conversations with people, and if my makeup is looking like a hot mess, I don't think I can handle that. Foundation combo is the Maybelline Lumi Matte Foundation. I have the shade 98, and Vita Lumiere from Chanel. This is in the shade 07. So I mix these together, usually about a 50-50 mix. Oh my god, what am I doing? I don't want to put foundation on my face first. I want to do my eyes first. Let's do my eyes first. We are using Vizart. This is the La Marée palette. Is that how you say it? Do I have... Oh no, Miss Flay, did you... Oh my god. Oh my god, I feel like I'm falling apart. I'm dropping everything. Is that how I say it? Is it La Marée? Do I have any French people watching? Freya is banging around in the room. I don't know if you can tell, but like I've got some crap going on in this room at the moment. It is such a mess. Nude Matte Eye Color from Christian Louboutin. This is in the shade Lola. So I am using this as a primer at the moment, and I think it works quite well. The reason why this room is such a mess is because we are in like full-blown baby prep mode, and the room that's going to be the nursery is just not usable at the moment for storage. So everything that's baby related is coming into either this room or like the living room, even the theater room. Like if you saw this house, my god, it looks like a bomb has hit it. But we are hoping to make big progress this weekend so we can start to feel a little bit more like we live in a home and not a hovel. I've changed my mind about La Marée simply because some of the colors that I would want to use, which are colors that I haven't like tested out yet, they're a little bit, I just don't think they're appropriate for what I am doing today. So Paris Edit instead. Let's get into it. I'm going to use this shade in my crease, this one in the outer corner, and this one over the eyelid. I think that's my plan. I am so glad that I am like coming to the end of this eyeshadow project. Like I'm just so ready. So ready for it to be over. But the weird thing about it is I feel like I've got some like sadistic craziness going on in my brain because that is gripping not very nicely because I'm so over this project. Like I just really want it to be done. I'm very like tired of eyeshadow, but now I'm thinking about like my single eyeshadows, and I know that I have already, like in years past, I have gone through my single eyeshadow collection and, you know, tested them all out and stuff like that. But I'm trying to think of like a new way to sort of, I don't know, just use some of them because I feel like I've neglected them for so long. And I just want to give them some love. But then I feel like if I'm doing that, I'm going to be neglecting my palettes. So yeah, I don't know how to tackle it. I don't know how to get the balance of like actually feeling like I have used everything a reasonable amount of times throughout the year. So my thought was to pair matte heavy eyeshadow palettes with like sparkly fun singles in my stash. That eyeshadow is absolutely freaking atrocious. Okay, we can't blend that forever. Let's move on. Hopefully this sparkly rose gold will make me feel a little bit better. Oh my god, it's so, oh, Jesus, guys, look at how much it like kicks up in that pan. You got to be so careful with it. So much comes off the brush, and then when you dust it on, it's like Fallout City. Oh my god, really? Oh, I just feel like some of these Visart eyeshadows are so hit and miss, and when they're missed, they're like really bad. Let's move on because I can't spend all day blending eyeshadow. It doesn't matter. This foundation combo, I am enjoying it, but full transparency, I have to admit that like I am having some difficulty with like consistency of getting a nice blend. I feel like the very first time that I mixed them together, I was really happy with it. And then I've had a few times since then where it's almost like I've had too much of one over the other, and it just doesn't it doesn't come together well. I'm using my Fenty concealer because I don't actually have a concealer in this quarter, and since I'm not completely in love with my base, I like to make sure that I use a concealer that is like holy grail, absolute fave. I should actually check if they have like a foundation in the Wear Even line that is designed for drier skin. I'm sure they probably do. Let's do powder. I have the Anastasia translucent powder. I hate this. I'm just gonna say it. It's a rage inducing. I won't finish this before the end of the year, and I will declutter it. What is with this sifter? It just lifts right out. When I unscrew the lid, it's occasionally kind of gets caught on like the screw mechanism, and this part will just like, you know, plonk. It's a nightmare, guys. That powder is a recipe for disaster, and I wouldn't at all be surprised if it one day just ends up all over my floor when I'm trying to open it. I'm also sick of dealing with this. When I try to pick up powder on a brush and then I like tap it off in the lid, and then I try to work it into the brush so I don't just get this big like glob of, oh! So hopefully we don't get any big splotches of product. I'm so over loose powders. I think like when you have oily skin and you need a lot of powder to like really lock in your base, loose powders are where it's at. Like you get a lot of product. You can pick up as much on your brush as you want. But when you have dry skin and you're trying to just use enough to sort of set things in place, it's really difficult to control with like minimal product. And I need minimal these days. So the ABH powder is absolutely not a fave. It's certainly one that's potentially on the chopping block for me. Maybe I should just cut my losses and like move on. Let's get into the Hourglass palette. So this is the Ambient Edit in Surreal Light. I am going in with the very red bronzer. Oh, I'm gonna do one of these because I'm a bit scared of this bronzer, to be honest. I've been using very like soft and sort of lower pigment bronzers this year, and I would like in a normal situation I would say that the ambient lighting bronzers are quite soft, but this one is it's got like a bit more of a red base, so on me it looks quite intense. Like that was not, I mean the brush looks loaded but it's not. I've been tapping it off on the back of my hand and I just feel like less is certainly more with this product. This probably would have been much easier for me to wear in summer when I've got like, I want to say when I've got a little bit of color, but I haven't had color here in Perth since I moved here because it's too hot to go outside in summer. Oh, it's a bit sad. There's so many products that I really love from Hourglass, but there's others that just don't work for me. And I mean, that's, you know, that's fine. That's across the board with all brands and all different types of products. But I just thought, like, of all the things that should work, a palette like this should work, but no. I'm going to use this shade as a blush. It is, what's it called? Surreal Glow. Is that right? Yeah. The Barbie pink shade is not my friend. This one is much softer. I do really like that blush, to be fair. It's very in line with what I like from a blush, which is low pigmentation, basically. I am going to use the highlighter here. I don't love this. I want to play around with it with a few different brushes to see if I can get a finish that I really enjoy. This is a Hakuhodo brush. It's the G6070. So it's like an angled, super fluffy, very sparse brush. I have used this highlighter with more sort of dense brushes, and I mean, I just think there's, no, I even hate it with this brush. The thing about these highlighters from Hourglass is that they don't have a whole lot of like glow and pop, which is totally fine. I quite like a subtle highlighter, but they're quite like, they look a bit dry on the skin. I feel like they accentuate like my fine lines and stuff in like this area, which I have quite a few of them. So you can see a little bit of glow there, and that's fine. Like I said, I quite like a more subtle highlighter, but up close, it looks dry. Let's show you. What is that? That's ugly. So I think I should just not, I shouldn't go there anymore. Sometimes you just have to cut your losses, don't you? Let's do brows. So Benefit, I'm back on the Benefit bandwagon. I do love the Benefit Precisely My Brows. I love the little spoolies. They're very useful. The shade that I have is 2, which is like my fave shade, and I love how like super fine they are, so I can really like focus on areas that just need a little something. I don't technically have a brow setting product in this quarter, but I'm bringing back one from quarter 1. This is the Charlotte Tilbury brow setting gel. I can't remember what it's called. I love this. I just love it. I know there's some like drama and bullshit happening with Charlotte Tilbury, but I can't lie. I do love some of her products. Marc Jacobs. Oh my god, these fine liners. I've got to get some use out of these. I'm putting the blacker one on my, I'm going to tight line with it, so my upper lash line. I need to focus, so we'll just be back when it's done, because I don't want to stab myself in the eye with this skinny little thing. Another fine liner from Marc Jacobs. This one is Blacker Berry, so this is a really beautiful like dark sort of purpley plum shade. I'm going to use this to create a little wing and put a little bit on my lower lash line. This is also going to take like 40 years and a lot of concentration. I'm going to be using a tiny little brush with a tiny little pencil, and it's just going to make the job really hard, but I'm determined to finish these before they go bad. Okay, I've wasted half my morning doing that. Let's get some mascara on. Maybelline Falsies Surreal Lash Mascara. I like this very much. Again, I just have to be careful with it because the wand is quite chunky for me, but that's fine. I like how it lengthens and like separates the lashes. Get some really good definition. Oh, I feel like I really need to treat myself to like a lash lift and a tint. Do lips. So my liner is from XO Beauty. It's in the shade Tracy. It's a smooth on lip pencil. And then my challenge lipstick. I am determined to get this done. It is Hourglass One Day. So here's how she's looking. That's all I've got in there, which doesn't look like much, but a little bit of these goes a long way. My lips are a bit dry today. I'm going to feel that later. And I am going to put on some face mist because I am feeling particularly dry from the ABH powder. This is from Shuamora. It's a skin perfector in Yuzu. Okay, here is the finished look. I just put on some tiny, like itty bitty little like demi-lash pieces on my outer corners. I feel like I messed this one up, but maybe that's just because my natural lashes are messed up. Anyway, it doesn't matter. That's my look. That's my look for today. I like it. I really like it. Foundation isn't my favorite. The colored base products aren't really my favorite. Powder's not my favorite. Okay, there's a lot of things that aren't my favorite, but I feel like it brings together quite a nice look. This is kind of what I would like to wear on a daily basis. To be honest, I would probably skip eyeshadow, or I'd just use a single eyeshadow if I wasn't testing out like my palette still. But overall, I'm enjoying it. So that's it. Let me know if you would change anything, if you declutter anything. I am like, this may go when I'm doing my next project pan update. I may just decide to give this the arse because it's not my fave at all. In fact, I don't really like it at all. But I'm going to leave it there. I want to say a massive thank you to my channel members and to all of you for joining me today, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.